guys, how are you? Are you okay? Ju, how are you? How have you been feeling? Working a lot, right? At the hospital. Hospitals never stop. How about you, Juan? Are you okay? Yes, what have you been doing? Have you been having work to do at home? And how about you, Lucas? What have you been doing? How have you been feeling? Well, now that we cannot go to school, that we have to stay home because of this virus around, we are having, classes at home. Yes, so we're having video classes, we're having online classes, and that's it. So today, your class will be in two parts. The first part is this video, where I'm going to explain some grammar, play some listenings, and you are going to use your books, okay? The second part of the class, we are going to meet online via Zoom, yes? So, we are going to meet online after you see this video. So, take your notebooks and take your books, and let's start. This class is about page 76. So please take your books and open on page 76. Now, before we start with the book, there are some questions for us to think about, okay? I want you to read these questions and think, because we are going to discuss on our meeting online. Yes? Does family size matter? Is it important for you? If the family is big, is small, if the family is just you and your dog, I don't know. Does your family size matter? Do you have a big family? Do you have a small family? Do you think a big family is better? Why? Why not? I want you to think about these questions and answer these questions for us to discuss in our class, okay? Now, I have the book here, Lesson B. Does family size matter? Yes, now I'm going to play the audio for you, yes? So listen and read. After we are going to read together and discuss, okay? Now I want you to listen and read just. Let me play here. It is loading.
Page 76. Lesson B. Does family size matter? 1. Grammar in context. A. Listen. Who is from a big family? Who is from a small family? Which two people were only children? Can you figure it out? Then read and check. Only children and siblings compare experiences growing up. 1. Osman.
People often say it must be stressful to live like that, but it wasn't. There was always somebody to play with and share secrets with and everything. I think it's important for kids to be around other kids. I guess the only thing was I used to long for somewhere quiet to study.
2. Sophia.
I suppose I was a bit lonely being by myself all the time. I was always having to find ways to occupy myself. And there was no one else to blame if I got into trouble. I couldn't get away with anything. It's hard to tell how it affected me, but it's not worth worrying about now, though.
3. Lily.
Looking back, I don't know how my mom did it as a single parent. It was impossible for her to have time for herself. Still, we always had enough to eat, nice clothes to wear, books to read, etc. We were very close. Maybe because it was just the three of us.
4. Sean.
Personally, I had no real problems growing up. I got lots of attention, but I guess there was a lot of pressure on me to do well in school. I mean, I don't feel I missed out on anything. I had lots of opportunities to socialize with other kids in school.
Well, now you have to check the columns to give your personal answers to the questions. So, here, which of the people above do you think had a very happy childhood? Osman, Sophia, Lily, Shan, or none of them? Oh, had an unhappy childhood. So, you have to read to the stocking and then you have to check which of the characters is being mentioned in these lines, okay? So, read and listen to these comments about childhood and check which of them happened or had a childhood like that, okay? This is your activity of page 76. Well, now let's go please to page 77. Here you have your grammar box. Let's start with this part here. Infinitives. What is the infinitive? Is when you use to plus verbs. So, attention. After adjectives, you can use infinitives, especially in it clauses. This is common in generalizations, okay? So, for example, it was impossible for her to have time for herself. Impossible is one adjective. So, you use to and verb after impossible, okay? Later, I will put examples on the board for us to think, yes? But infinitives are used after adjectives when you want to make generalizations, yes? Especially in it clauses. For example, it was impossible, it is important, it is difficult. Yes, usually when we have this kind of sentences, we have to use infinitive forms. Oh, it's difficult to believe it. It's hard to understand Spanish. It's easy to study English. Okay? Infinitives you have to use in these situations. Another situation you have to use infinitives is when you have nouns or pronouns and you want to add more details or how you use them or say how you use them. For example, we always had nice clothes to wear. Clothes the noun. So after the noun, you have to use infinitive form. Clothes to wear. So I'm saying, if I said, pay attention, if I said just like this, we always had nice clothes. You understand, right? You understand. So, but if you want to add one detail, if you want to add more details, then you need the infinitive. So you use to wear. We always had nice clothes to wear. Is a complement, is one extra detail. That's why you're using infinitive. The next example. There was always someone to play with. Someone is a pronoun. We always had someone to play with. So, this is what you're going to do. After nouns and pronouns, you use infinitive form to talk about more details or say how you use something. Here is the use of infinitives that we were talking about on our book. Yes? Now here I brought two examples. After adjectives, for example, it is important to study harder. Important is our adjective and to study is our infinitive, right? So, another example here, right? It's hard to believe what you're saying. I can't believe. It's hard to believe, right? So after adjectives, you use infinitive form, right? This is what we need to understand. This is one of the moments we have to use infinitive forms. Now, when it comes to the infinitive after nouns and pronouns, I have other two examples, right? So, I usually eat ice cream to get happy. Do you like ice cream? Well, when I am sad and I eat ice cream, it's just perfect. Oh my god, I put ice cream with N. Let me fix it. Okay, now it's correct. Sometimes the letters get, like in a puzzle on my mind. Well, I usually eat ice cream to get happy. Because I feel happy when I eat ice cream, right? So, ice cream is a noun. After the nouns and the pronouns, I use infinitive form, to get, okay? Next example. We tend to watch comedies to relax. Comedy is a noun. That's why we use the infinitive form after it. Now, still on page 77, ing forms, ing forms. Yes? So, situations where you use it. You can also use ing forms. This is common when people describe an actual experience. So, it's good to describe actual experiences that are true, your experiences. For example, I was a bit lonely being by myself all the time. Yes, I was a bit lonely being all by myself in the quarantine. Yes, so you can describe your feelings like that, right? So you use the ing form, verb and ing, being, for example. Being is our ing form to describe our feelings, yes, to describe an experience. Also, after the expressions with have fun, have trouble, or have no trouble, something that is worth, yes, we use ing forms. So, for example, I had fun or I had no problems growing up in my family. So, I had no problems growing. It's important to add ing. No problems growing up in my family. Right? Just like it's not worth worrying about. So, worth is in the list here of expressions. So, after it, you can use ing. It's not worth worrying about. Now, I brought another example. Yes, other example for you. And let's check it now. All right? Very good. Now, with the ing form, okay, the examples I brought here. It is hard reading a lot of pages per day. Ing, all right? Use ing. Or, I had fun watching all these episodes with you. I had fun. Have fun is one of the expressions mentioned in the book in which you have to use ing after, okay? So, be careful with these expressions. I had no trouble with wearing suit and tie for your wedding. Wearing. I had no trouble with wearing. Yes? And the last example, it is worth studying now to get more money in the future. So, it's worth studying. Yes, ing form. Here are the examples, okay, for the ing form sentences. Now, after the explanation, after your notes, yes, after this video, you are going to page 77, exercise B. So complete the comments with the correct form of the verbs. Yes? Pay attention, do it carefully, because in our meeting online, we will discuss the questions and correct them. Okay? So, this is your homework for before the class. Alright? Before the class, you have to do it. So, good luck. Yes? See you soon. Bye.